little recap here. We are down to just 2 systems really left on this AR lower that we need to put into place. Next we're going to be working on this guy, which is our bolt catch. And so you got your bolt catch, you got spring, you got this little, I don't know if I want to call it, we'll call it a plunger right here. And then you need a roll pin, which are my favorite, to hold everything into place. There's your really tiny roll pin. And then the tricky part with this is you got to get it through there. I'm not going to show you with the spring in for now. This is going to sit in here like so. Roll pin's going to go through there. Okay, so the same rules are going to apply. You want to make sure that you maybe crimp the end of this a little bit. The other trick that I like to do on this section right here is I like to take some heavy masking tape and just kind of use that to protect your finish on your lower. So we'll put that right in there like so. You got your spring and your little plunger. Those are gonna drop into this little hole like so. Followed by the plunger. Okay. And then this guy will sit in there like that. So you'll have to keep some pressure on it. I'm gonna go ahead and get this roll pin crimped and ready to go. So we got that crimped there on the end. Maybe we'll just get a little bit more of a squeeze. So we got a nice crimp on there. That'll make this a lot easier on us. So what we did is these things are all a little bit different. I ended up giving it a little tap just to get it started. So you can see we kind of got the beginning of that roll pin in there. And I'm going to attempt to use this little assembly that I've jerry-rigged. This is a sock and a pair of channel locks. The sock is to keep it from marring the finish. And we're gonna see if we can get this pin in further. Just a little update. What we ended up doing here was the sock didn't work out so good. I ended up taking a microfiber cloth like that and then actually squeezing the pin into place like so. If you look, we did have a little bit of marring there on the finish. That was from using the sock, so that was probably not the best material. Microfiber worked a lot better. And then once you get to this point, you just want to finish tapping that in with a punch. All right, so we're coming right along. We've really only got 2 assemblies left to put together on this bad boy. That would be the front takedown pin and detent, as well as the pistol grip and selector group there. Gonna need to put your safety selector into place. So now it's in place, we can go ahead and take our detent. We're gonna drop him into this little hole right there on the side. Okay. And then I think we need to go ahead and turn the safety to the fire position, I believe. We're gonna go ahead and get our handle ready. And this spring goes inside the handle like so. See if I can flip this around for you guys. You gotta be careful when you're doing this so as not to let that little detent fall out of the hole there by my thumb. Make sure that that's in place. Okay, so you got just a little bit of a gap there. Go ahead and firm that up. Take your screwdriver, nut driver I should say. Got an Allen key bit on there. And we'll just tighten her up. You gotta be careful when you're doing this. to make sure you don't cross thread it. And everything's lined up as it needs to be, so don't force it. If it gives you pushback, don't fight it. There we go. All right, well at this point, it's starting to look like a gun actually, which is awesome. So we got pretty much everything installed on this lower that we need. We did a functionality check here. So we'll go through that real quick. Everything feels good with the bolt catch, mag release, trigger. Safety works. Reset that, put it on safe. Nothing, flip it to fire. Bingo. So we got everything working. Now we have the least favorite part of building, for me anyway, is we got to get this takedown pin and detent in place. The reason this is my least favorite part is you have to feed this in here, like so. A little spring goes in. All right, see that? And then you need to take this guy and you need to hold it in place, compressed, so that you can then capture it with this detent. Capture the detent with this takedown pin. Okay, so where this gets tricky is you need to use your parrot needle nose pliers, and you're going to compress the spring like so and hold it in place and then push it in the rest of the way. You almost need 3 hands for this part, so I'm going to do this off camera. You're going to use hold that in place like so with your needle nose pliers, and then you're going to take your pin, hold it up against it like so, and then gently take pressure off the needle nose pliers and go in the rest of the way with this and drop it down in. It actually took me about 2 attempts, but if you look, we now have our pin in place like so, and it's holding like it should. So we finally got everything we need in place. Now, at this point, you have a finished AR-15 lower.